All right, ladies, this one is for you. Throughout history, women, because we know we can get pregnant, our bodies, our genital area is much more delicate to a man's. Our sexual pleasure is much more complex than a man's. Access to us has always required a man to provide and protect. Physical access to a woman, until the last few decades, has always required a man to provide and protect. Ladies, I'm speaking to you. Sexual access to us has always required men who provide and protect in exchange for that access. And those of you who were just born after 1960, after the pill came about, those of us are not quite as aware of it. So let me just give you like a little brief walk through history, because men are telling us they will need to spread their seed and they need sex and we need to give it to them. But what they fail to realize, these men who say that, they're cowards. I'm going to call them out as cowards. Because men who deserve access to women, real men, provide for the women they're fucking. And they take care of the children that have resulted from that fucking. Throughout history, since the beginning of time, they spread their seed without caring who the father was, and they protected and provided. So just a quick wrap up. Whether you believe that humans were created 2,000 years ago, I don't know what the Bible says exactly. So you might have to modify this a little bit, if you don't believe in evolution. But according to the the evolutionary biologists, humans go back millions of years, and we lived in tribes, nomadic tribes of say 100 to 150 people. And the survival of the group depended on the tribe, like working for their survival daily. So the men would hunt and they would protect against outside tribes. And the women would do nurturing, cooperating activities and take care of the children. And the men didn't care who the father of the children was. They would have sex with all these women, and they were kind of polyamorous, I suppose. I don't know if they got jealous. I don't know any of that. But I just know that the men didn't care who the father was. And so the women didn't care who they had sex with, because a woman wants someone to provide for her children in case she gets pregnant. As a woman, I am in touch with my ability to get pregnant, which takes me, when we get pregnant, we are a little bit disabled. For a long time, we're tied to these children, and we are reminded by God of our ability to become pregnant every month. 2 weeks before our periods, we get bloated, our breasts get bigger, our stomach gets bloated, we get a little moody. Then we have all that cramping and all that blood, and it gets on our clothes, and then we have to change our tampons, and we don't want to have sex. And around the time we ovulate, we get super horny. And so we're always in touch with the cycle in our bodies, and we are the ones who have most at stake from getting pregnant. See, a guy can just fuck you and bail, but you as the woman can get pregnant. And until 1960s, there was no birth control, and abortion was illegal. So women were very choosy until 1960. So I'm going to get to what changed for women and why a lot of you are going around having sex with no thoughts. But a woman always expected the tribe took care, everyone took care of all the kids. Then about 10,000 years ago, the age of agriculture started, which improved human life a lot. We didn't have to forage for food that happened to grow at the moment and live in nomadic tribes that traveled around. We were able to buy land, farm, build homes, be stationary, build more solitary, communities. And then women started expecting men to marry them before they had sex. Again, I want to know that my children are provided for. Ladies, this is our inner drive. I want to have sex only when I know my children will be provided for. Whether you have children or not, this is our instinctual, biological, feminine mindset because we are responsible for the nurture of our children. And not only can we get pregnant more easily, we can get STDs more easily than a man. So, and men, when they started in the age of agriculture, they started saying, well, heck, this is my land, this is my woman, I want to know, I'm the father. And people started treating relationships more with monogamy, which in a way is good because before that, only 60% of men were able to be fathers. A lot of men were just, no, women didn't want them. They were not strong enough or whatever, I don't know. So monogamy was good because it allowed more men to have relationships and it made a more stable society. And it ensured that children and women were protected and provided for. Now, all this started going out of the window in the third phase of human kind of evolution, the birth control economy and the knowledge economy and feminism, which started in the 60s. And women started saying, we're tired of being owned. We're tired of being property like farmland. We want to work like men. We want to fuck like men. And we have birth control. We're no longer tied to a kitchen and children. We can go out in the world. And that's where we are now. But the problem is it's not working out that well for women because it turns out that women are not really enjoying all that casual sex. They don't get as much pleasure from it. And women who are emotionally healthy want a relationship with the men they're having sex with. And when these men are just having sex and leaving them, they're cowards and they're callous. There are a lot of men on YouTube making videos about how to spin plates and get a lot of women, and they're toxic, they're cowards, they're callous. They're not protecting and providing for these women at all. They're plundering them like a bunch of bandits or pirates. They're low energy men. A man, a real man, protects and provides the woman he's fucking. That's the role of a man, to protect and provide. And a real woman only has sex with a man who protects and provides for her, whether she gets pregnant or not. That is our evolution. That is our history. And to the extent that we're willing to give that up, which we can, I'm going to give it to you, we can give that up. Men can say, I don't want to protect and provide. And women can say, I just want to fuck, I just want to ride the dick carousel. But we're losing what makes us people when we do that. Because men thrive by using mastery, courage, honor, tenacity. And women thrive by being nurturing and cooperative. We thrive as a community. And to the extent that we're giving all that up just so that we can just grind bodies together for a moment because women have birth control, so it doesn't mean anything and nothing means anything and we don't have to protect and provide and we can just leave aside our values. I'm not going to be part of that. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So we all get to make a choice about which values we hold and what we want to aspire to. And this world, this new sexual revolution, has not benefited women or men at all because it has come at the cost of trust, connection, honor, and humanity. And it has hurt children. It has hurt men and women, and it has made us lesser. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's my monologue. I just saw this tonight at dinner, by the way, so hope you like this video. But I think I nailed it.